of counselors have been telling you guys, and this is something that I personally witnessed, they've been telling you guys that the TOEFL and the IELTS, which are the language tests, have been waived off. Is this true or is this false? Is this actually happening? Have the universities waived off the TOEFL and the IELTS, and especially the universities in US and Canada, have they done that? Even for international students? Let's review that right now. So here's what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm gonna tell you the reality. Now I can actually go on and show you the requirements from a lot of universities. I can take you to their website and I can show you, but I'll just tell you the reality because I wanna keep the video quick and short. I think these counselors are lying to you. That's not the case that the universities have waived off the TOEFL and the IELTS, and I've done a lot of research. I've checked on a lot of universities' websites, not just the top universities, but also the universities which are somewhat moderate and somewhat, safer, which you could say, not so highly ranked per se. Even those universities are not waiving off the TOEFL or the IELTS. So that's a completely false claim. But I'll tell you how these counselors are luring you into their services and how they're taking you forward with them. Okay, so some programs in the US and Canada never required TOEFL or IELTS to begin with. That's number one point. Okay, these programs are called pathway programs. What is pathway program? Well, basically, if you think about it, there are a lot of students who do not have a very good English proficiency. They're not able to understand English very well, or maybe they're going for, let's say, mechanical engineering or something like an MBA, and they don't really have any experience in that field per se. Could be from their bachelor's, maybe their bachelor's was from a different field, or they did not really have any bachelor's to begin with and they're going for a bachelor's program, so they don't really have an experience in that field. So what they do is they go for a pathway program. And what are pathway programs? Well, for the year one, that's your first year. Okay, first year, all you will be doing is studying basic English and studying basics of that program. Let's say you go in for chemical engineering. First year, you'll be studying very basics about chemistry, maybe about organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, how things work, all of that. Okay, very basic level chemistry. That's what you will be studying in the first year. So the hope in that case of the university is that you will potentially improvise on your English level because you'll be staying in a country which natively speaks English, first off. And secondly, they hope that then you can, after your first year is complete, then you can join the program, and that is then you are automatically admitted into their whatever program. So in this case, if we said that applicant was going for chemical engineering, first year he studies basic chemistry, improves his English, and then he moves on from the second year to actually start his program. Now it could be a bachelor's program, so you'll take 4 more years, or it could be a master's program, you'll take 2 more years. But that 1 year is separate. And I do not recommend going for pathway programs. First off, it's not that they're bad, they're actually just a pathway to the actual program. So you're spending 1 extra year, that's 1 extra year of tuition, 1 extra year of living expenses. If money is a problem and is in short supply, if your funds are a problem, I would never recommend pathway programs. In fact, most employers do not really prefer to have applicants from pathway programs as well. This comes up in interviews all the time. Do not go for that unless you don't really care about money or you have a lot of it, then it's fine maybe, but otherwise I would not recommend it. All these counselors telling you that these universities have waived off the TOEFL, the IELTS, that's not possible. They have requirements from the government that they need to take these language tests for international students. Their scores should be present, and only the people who actually qualify for the minimum scores, they should be admitted. Okay, so that's important. Number 2, and this is one more possibilities on how these counselors are luring you into these services, is they're saying that the TOEFL, the IELTS has been cancelled, but their whole fundament of saying that actually depends on the fact that a lot of universities realize that it's hard to take the TOEFL and IELTS, and they're not somewhat, some of the IELTS testing centers and everything, they're not happening online. TOEFL people might not be very confident with that. So what they're doing is they are saying, okay, we may accept Duolingo. And not all universities, very few universities are saying that will accept Duolingo. All you need to do is go on, take the Duolingo test online, and that's of course a temporary thing, but still it's still that you have to take an online English test. It's actually the same thing. You will be paying for the test, you'll be taking the test in front of your screen, but it'll be at home, that's all. But nowadays, there's the TOEFL at home, there's the IELTS indicator at home. So why do you really need that? Okay. And especially, you know, it limits your options. Duolingo is not accepted by every single university. Very few universities are accepting it right now. Okay. One more thing that you should know is a few universities may have waived off TOEFL and IELTS, but they have their in-house English test. So, you know, the universities might have developed their own, because I know a lot of universities have done that. I think Boston University is one of them. They have their own in-house English language test, and they're letting international students take that. So even if you get the admit, you will have to take an English language test. International applicants, you cannot escape the basically international applicant requirements, and one of them is that you need to have an English language test score. Okay, one of the ones that's accepted, of course. So I would say just take the TOEFL, take the IELTS. These are very simple tests. These are tests that even applicants before their bachelor's take, you know, because people who finish their high school, they have to take that in order to actually get to study bachelor's overseas in US or Canada, wherever they want to go, especially, you know, all over the world, really. Most countries accept that nowadays. So don't fall into this trap. It's one thing that I wanted to bring out. It's my responsibility to you guys. I wanted to tell you what's going on really behind the scenes. It's not good at all that a lot of people are kind of trying to use this to market in the wrong way, which is definitely not. It's gonna take a huge load out of your pocket, that is, and that I don't really think that's very ethical of them to do. Okay, so hopefully I clarified the doubts. I was getting a lot of doubts about this as well, that, you know, is the TOEFL IELTS waived off because I'm not able to take the test? Can I go without it? The answer is no, you cannot. I do not recommend going without it even after that. Okay, hopefully this helps. I already have a lot of videos about the TOEFL. I'm gonna be making videos about the IELTS very soon. There's a surprise coming your way, and you know, apart from that, that's all I can say as of now, but I will be definitely helping you with both of these tests. Okay, have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.